everybody, I wanted to film a mid-year update for my third grader today. There's not a ton that we've changed since my curriculum picks video, but there are a few things. The first I don't have to show you, but I had planned for him to do Explode the Code. And I think I had him do a couple days, and then I don't have it because I already resold the 3 books that I had. It just was turning into busy work for him. He didn't need it. So we got rid of that. For vocabulary, he has been doing, this is the orange level. I believe this is 4th grade vocabulary workshop. And then we have his daily word ladders from last year that he's still finishing up. So this has been working perfect for him. He retains it really well. I think we're on unit 12, or we'll be starting unit 12 next week. How many units are in this? 18. So this is going really well for him. I love it. He does that 4 days a week, and then on Fridays he just does a word ladder in here. So we still have a bit of this left. We only do it once a week. Some weeks we don't do it at all, but he enjoys it, so we do that on Fridays. This language fundamentals for 3rd grade, I just bought for him. So he did Lightning Literature 3rd grade last year, and his grammar is pretty good, but I didn't want him to forget anything before next year. We will do Fix It Grammar. So anyway, I just got this for him to do. We just pulled this out this second half of the year, so he hasn't done a lot of it yet, but he just does like 1 or 2 pages a day. I mean, either the front or front and back of a page. So it's fine. Nothing spectacular, but it's doing what I need it to do. So we have that. For handwriting, he's doing cursive this year with Cursive Logic. I decided to also add in something for his print because he's left-handed, and so when he was learning to write, he made some of his letters differently than I do. But because I'm not left-handed, there's only so much I wanted to correct because I don't know what it's like to be left-handed, and it made sense to me that he would form his letters maybe in a different direction than I would form mine. So I kind of just let that be. But as we moved into cursive, I noticed it more. So like if he were to make his, the circle part of a letter in cursive, you really need to start by going, to the left, and then you hook into your other letter. But he was making his going to the right, which just, makes learning cursive a little harder. So he's doing his cursive. He's doing great with it. He just does, we alternate. One day he does cursive, one day he does print. So it's going well, but his print has also gotten a lot better, and he's been able to shrink it down a little bit, which was also something I wanted. So he's just doing this handwriting without tears. I liked this because he learned print with, manuscript circle stick, and these ones have more like the tails on them, which just lends itself to moving into cursive from that. So this is going well. He just does like a page a day. So yes, that's been great. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to grab out social studies for him. We got these workbooks from Carol Marsh Gallopade. This is just a 3rd grade. I didn't get the teacher's manual, and he and I literally just sit down together and we read through the information, and he does, whatever activities are on the page. We didn't bring this out until about a month ago, so we're not super far into it, but it is going well. He enjoys it. And it's just very low-key, laid back, just introducing him to the information. So that's going well. also. Okay, the last thing I have to talk about for him is literature and reading. So we started the year with a reading notebook. We've been doing a lot of group reads. That was the plan. But also they were going to have independent reads, and there were different things to go along with those. These were a couple we did from Lit House Learning. And then I had, I bought like some comprehension units off of Teachers Pay Teachers. And we were just kind of, depending on what the book was, we were mixing in different things. And then I also had some that I created, some little sheets for him to fill out. This is for nonfiction books, and this one is just for regular, any other type of book. For both my kids, what I kind of decided partway through the year was that I was going to focus less on having them fill out those comprehension packs from Teachers Pay Teachers, because it was kind of killing their love for reading, and that concerned me. So I still have them record their books in their book log, which he's done. And then mostly now I just have them fill out a sheet like this. My third grader recently read this book, The Mystery on Magnolia Circle, which he liked. It started out a little depressing, and he was a little concerned that he wasn't going to like it because it was a little depressing in the beginning, but he actually really enjoyed it. And for that one, I actually made a little comprehension pack for him to do, and that went really well. So, but I don't have time to create that kind of stuff for every book he reads. So, but it was a good one. I don't have them all in here, but each chapter there were 3 questions to answer and a little writing prompt. And then there was like a little chapter summary and a place to draw a picture. So I'm considering putting that up on Teachers Pay Teachers. Let me know if something like that is of interest. I'm not really sure. But anyway, that is what he has been doing, what the plan was, and then what he has been doing. I found like trying to put this focus on what's the, literary element, and let's break down the setting, and all of that was kind of making the reading not fun for them. So we moved back to really their independent reading is very much their independent reading. They pick it. All I ask is now that they log it, and occasionally I have them I don't have them do one of these pages for every single book they read now, but the majority of them, this doesn't take them too long to do. They pick which activity they want to do for that book. Usually they pick whatever one they can just draw a picture, and they rate it, and that's pretty much it. So, but I still want to make sure they're getting all of those components of a language arts curriculum. So what I did, you may remember a couple of years ago, I bought like pretty much the whole series of these Wonders textbooks. I had, I think, every grade. I did a flip through of some of them. So I decided to go ahead and this is the 4th grade one with him. And so we get to do all of those important activities, but I don't know, it's just, it's working a lot better. So there's vocabulary, then there's a story, there's lots of different things you can do, and then there's just different skills and information they need. So here we talk about a comprehension strategy, and it uses the story you just read. We have a comprehension skill. We talk about the different genres. So this was talking about literature. We have a vocabulary strategy, and then there's usually some type of writing that goes with it. And then you move on to the next one. So this has been working really well. Now they make little practice books that you can do along with these, which I just ordered one on eBay that I'm probably going to use. But before I did that, I was just using a notebook and basically just, let's see. So like this here where they said, write words that describe how people come up with ideas. I just did that in the notebook, and he kind of filled things in. And then here I took some of the vocab words. I took 2 of them, and we pulled this from our writing revolution that we're doing for writing. And he wrote 2 questions about each picture. And then here it said pick 3 words and write 3 questions about the word. So again, I just wrote it in the notebook. Let's see. Here, making connections to the text. Again, I just wrote it here and he answered it. Here I pulled some writing from our Writing Revolution. These were because, but, so. So that one I just made up on my own. Here, when we got to this genre section about the components of a fairy tale, I basically pulled out a book of fairy tales. I had him pick 2. I wrote kind of the components of a fairy tale. He picked 2 stories, and then he wrote why he thought those were fairy tales, what characteristics of fairy tales they had. And then there was one about sequencing, I think. I can't remember, but that's kind of what we did here, beginning, middle, end. So anyway, that's how we've been using this. I think the workbook, I think it's called a practice book, that will do a lot of this. So I ordered it to see if I want to use that or if we'll just continue doing the work in the notebook. I'm not really sure, but for me, this is great because it covers all of those components that I'm worried about missing and that I wanted to incorporate it into their independent read. But this allows me to do it in a way that they're enjoying. Both my kids are using one of these and they really like it. They like the stories. They like doing all of these different activities, and it's not kind of taking away from their chapter books that they're reading, it's not making them dislike those. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway, this just seems to be a better approach for us. So I'm really glad that I found these Wonders books and decided to pull them out again because it is going really well. I don't have a teacher's manual or anything. We're pretty laid back with it. We literally just kind of read through the things together, and I make an activity in the notebook to go with it. So that's been a win. And I think, oh, no, there's one more thing. So where did I put that? I had also gotten him this Skill Sharpeners science book to do, and he hasn't done any of it. I realized it was kind of overkill with all of the other science that we have, and so I was going to get rid of it, but I decided he has right now in kind of his extras folder, he has this workbook that he does occasionally, and then he has this one that I had gotten to go along with Mystery in Magnolia Circle, because there's a lot about broken bones in here in the beginning. And so I thought this was a fun add-on when we were reading that book. And this, obviously, we're still working on. We didn't finish the whole thing while reading Mystery on Magnolia Circle. So he does a page or 2 of this a week just on his own. And so I thought maybe when he's finished with this, I will put this in that folder instead, because he's a big science kid. He likes science. So I think that this is just something he would enjoy doing on his own. So that's probably what I'm going to do with that. Anyway, that is everything. His year has been going great. I'm so impressed with him. He's such a smart kid, and he just picks things up really quickly. And I love watching kind of all the connections he makes when he's doing different things. So yeah, all of his individual work has been going really, really well. And yeah, if there's anything that I didn't cover, I think I've got it all. But if there's anything I didn't cover that you were wondering about, let me know. I did share earlier our mid-year update on our group subjects. So that has his math, his history, science, and all of the elective stuff in there. So check that out. I'll also be filming my 6th graders mid-year update soon. So if you're interested in that, check back for that.